Want to chat?
Yeah, sure. What's up, world?
Welcome to episode 4 of Yeah Sure.
Shua.
Yeah Sure podcast. This is the first time we're filming and recording at night.
At night, yeah. This is a nightcap.
We're night owls now.
Oh yeah.
Because I took a nap. That's why.
Yeah, Tina just passed out tonight.
Yeah, I woke up really early at like 4 a.m. And then so I had to take a nap, which was really nice. And now we got to talk to you guys, which is really cool.
Yeah.
How is everyone's week? How is your week, babe?
My week's been good.
Nice.
My week's been good. You guys have been boosting us on YouTube and IG, so thank you for that.
Yeah, we feel like we're superstars.
I always felt like I was a superstar.
That's very true.
Yeah.
This guy needs no confidence.
Yo,
for
chill.
that.
Chill, okay? Don't expose me like this.
So guess what? Today we're going to talk about how bad James is as relationships.
It's actually facts.
No, we're joking. But today we're going to talk about, we thought, some of the episodes should be us giving advice because you guys ask us questions and a lot of our followers are young too. So they're like getting married and they ask, what's your advice for me? I'm getting married or I'm in a relationship and it's serious. So we thought every time we do one of these, which won't be all the time, but sometimes, is we'll give like one important advice.
Yeah,
so,
and some of the questions like we'll get to, we see them, and we'll definitely have an episode that will answer that question for you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, babe. So what is our advice? Yeah,
our topic today, not our advice.
Sorry. Oops.
I can advise you guys all day if you want. All right, but we'll just keep it at.
Yeah, you give a lot of good advice actually. Like I hear you giving advice sometimes to your friends and stuff.
I was just joking.
When it comes to me, that's nice. You give very bad advice. I'm just joking.
That's because you don't want to listen.
Yeah. I ask you and then I don't listen. I'm like, even with like clothes, I'm like, should I wear this or this? You're like that one and I wear the other one.
Opposite. I've been trying to get Tina to dye her hair black for like 10 years. And every time she's like, I'm going to get my hair colored. I'm like, cool, do black. She's like, yeah, okay. Comes back blonde.
I'm blonde again. Yeah, Persians, like, we have dark hair. That's my natural hair color. I think even darker with all the grays. And it's hard for us to go blonde. So when we go blonde, it's like, if someone can get us to like a blonde color, then they're God to us. And then we never want to go back. But I'm feeling it recently. So I'm going to do it, actually. I told you I will, right?
What, black?
Yeah, like a dark brown. I talk to my hair.
Okay, I'll take that. That's a fair compromise. See, there's something, okay, right there. That's a compromise. Can't get black, but we'll go as close as we can to that.
Yeah, exactly. Because if I go black, I can never go back to... Did I do that? I didn't do that on purpose. I meant black.
Nice.
I meant to blind. Nice. That was awesome.
That's my ride or die right there. That's my ride or die. All right. Okay. Yeah. So today's topic, we're talking about not sweating the little things, like the little arguments that you have in marriage, letting them go. Cause like,
pick your battles kind of thing.
Pick those battles. Cause we get into it sometimes on some big topics. But we also get into it on some little things too.
Yeah, we get into little things a lot. You want to know something funny? I don't think I've told you this before. When I was in high school, I had a really cool English teacher and I asked him, I said, hey, what kind of book would you recommend me to read? Because I was trying to become more of a reader. And he gave me a book. I still have it. And it's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I was like, is this guy giving me some kind of a note?
The man knew already, right?
Because I was so stressed all the time about all assignments. Always. He's like, here, chill out.
Nice. I got to meet this guy. Maybe he knows something that I don't know. Did
you hear me? I was like, never read it.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
At least, you know what? Tina's truthful. And I'll give her that.
Yeah, that's a bad and good characteristic I have.
We had this one argument. Okay. I'm just going to say this right now. Like, I don't even remember what it was. Like, this is the chili story, okay?
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I don't.
So this was definitely over something like super minor, and we weren't, because like if it was major, we probably would have remembered it.
Yeah.
But we have no idea what this was about. But all I know is like we just moved into the house. It was just like I just finished renovating it. Everything's painted white. Like everything's brand new. Okay. And like I guess this was kind of in the early stages. Maybe we were beefing over something like, because we never lived together before marriage. So
yeah,
maybe it was something small or something like that.
Can't remember anything about
I was probably
the
being hypocritical about something, you know?
And I'm being picky.
Yeah, so
funny.
I don't know. We're just arguing. And in the middle of the fight, I had this like amazing idea that I'm going to make like a huge pot of chili.
Yeah.
Like I was hungry too. So,
that's why.
Hunger was definitely playing into it.
That's probably why we were fighting, because you were hangry.
When I get hungry and like we like start talking about something, I'll start getting frustrated. And then I start getting more frustrated and she'll call me out. She's like, yo, just go eat something, man, and come back. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So I start making this huge pot of chili, and then
yeah, in the middle of our fight.
And then
just like cutting celery, beef. I'm like, what the heck?
Chopping vegetables.
And it wasn't like an argument. It was a fight.
Yeah, and the funny thing is like this pot of chili was huge. It was the biggest pot we had.
You were Kevin from Office.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. But I was only making it for myself.
Yeah. So, it wasn't for me.
No, I was making my definitely just for me.
I think that's why I got mad.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened is we're still arguing, and then like I let this chili cool down for like a bit, and we're just in the kitchen arguing and all this stuff, and then like I still to this day don't know why I did this, but I grabbed the whole pot of chili.
Were you like trying to leave? No.
I guess. I don't know.
Or maybe trying to eat it downstairs, but we had nothing.
We had nothing. The downstairs wasn't even finished.
Literally so just renovated.
I just grabbed this like huge pot of chili, and I start walking away and going downstairs with this like massive pot of chili, and like I get to the bottom step and I just bail and I throw the whole thing. Like it hits the walls, hits the floors.
Yeah, like, there was like turmeric,
and it only
chili powder.
Yeah, exactly. And it only hit the painted stuff that we did, because like we stopped halfway, and it hit everything there. And I was like, "What the heck? Like, what am I doing?" And Tina came down, started laughing at me. And
no,
like,
I was behind you. I was right behind you.
Oh yeah, you were. Yeah,
because I was like, "Where are you going?" Probably.
Oh yeah, chasing me.
And then you slipped and fell. And then what happened? We just started laughing.
We just looked at it. We're like, yo, what the hell is going on here? We started laughing, and it was
so funny. But you know what? Now I remember that Bear brand paint is pretty good, because we cleaned it really nice. Like,
there's a nice plug.
We didn't, sponsorship. We didn't have to repaint, which was nice.
Yeah, we just wiped it off.
Yeah.
That was dope.
So don't fight about small stuff, and don't make chili in the middle of your
definitely. Like if I can forward any kind of advice for people in relationships, is don't cook a massive pot of chili for 10 for one person and then go downstairs in the middle of an argument.
With it going down the stairs. And it's so funny. One of the funniest thing that happened between me, James, and one of his really close friends, Travis, is we were all talking, and James showed Travis a video of like a person who's really clumsy and like butterfingers, and he's like, and they're both laughing, and he's like, yeah, but like who's like that? And then Travis looks at him, because Travis has lived with James. He's like, you're like that.
Yeah, it's honestly, I swear to God that it's only with like boxes of crackers and things in the house. Okay,
what about the chili?
Yo, put me on the field and I am locked down. Okay,
yeah, but that's fine at a sport. Amazing. But in the house, we're trying to freaking sleep or something.
Oh man, Tina, when she sleeps, she's the lightest sleeper in the world.
Yeah,
lightest sleeper.
I wake up so easily. My chin keeps hitting this. I'm gonna get crucified by James later. Yo, he gives me so much attitude. See, I can hear you. See, when you look this way.
Yeah, but you're supposed to be this super smart person that's like so conscious of everything.
It has nothing to do with my intellect, you weirdo.
Yo.
So last time,
let's go.
When we recorded episode 3, after we were turning everything off, and we're in such a good mood, and this guy tries to go at me, bro. He's like, you were like this the whole time, and you're supposed to be like this, just do it, blah blah. He went off, and I'm just sitting there. I didn't say anything, did I?
Nothing. You're not the one that has to edit it. I have to edit this stuff.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I didn't say anything, and I listened, and I'm like, I think I was trying. You can see in the video, I was trying to like speak to it, and then he went behind the camera, and he's like, I wasn't recording the last 10 minutes. And I said nothing. And then he went, because we have 2 cameras, 2 angles. And he went to the other one. He's like, I didn't even press record on this one.
Yeah. What kind of impression is that, man?
Because you were afraid for your life.
Truthfully, I was, I knew I messed that up. But
what happened? I still didn't say anything, and we did it, and then you picked on something, and then I flipped.
I was frustrated. In my defense, I was probably hungry.
Yeah.
All right, I was probably hungry.
We re-recorded like the ending or something, the outro or something like that, the last 10 minutes, and then after we're like, okay, cool, and then he said something else like critical of me, and I was like, what? I didn't say a word. And I started going upstairs, and he's like,
I try to tell her, yo, come back. We need to record more. She's like, no.
No, you didn't say that.
I asked you to come back, and you said, I'm not doing this.
No, you said come back so we can mend things.
Okay. You're catching me on a technicality.
But that's a lie.
Well, we're going to beef right now.
Because my mom was upstairs, and we were going to go out, remember?
Yeah.
And then you got me, and we laughed, and I went upstairs because I'm just so freaking cool.
Yeah,
and I can let go of things very easily.
I have short-term memory. Just don't leave me alone on that, okay?
So, be old me, because I haven't had a lot of experience with dating or really being in relationships before, James. So this was all kind of new to me because it was my first, I would say, serious, because it was about marriage and stuff like that. Anyways. I wasn't experienced, so I would be so upset in the beginning, remember, at everything.
Oh, it was next level.
Everything was like, my heart is shattered.
Yeah,
into
this
pieces.
Relationship is over.
I was like, nope.
Yeah, nope, I can't.
Also because I was scared. I didn't know who you were, So, and if you blinked, I was like, this guy, not good. And then over time,
you were very, very, very intense, but not like in a
intense in terms of I was so sensitive.
You were quick to just cut.
Yeah,
you were good. You were good.
I'm like, all right, peace.
I was like, yo, what are you saying?
You're like, what? I just bit a piece of your Subway.
No, I'm
kidding. Yeah. You're like that, actually.
Honestly, don't.
I'm like, save me the last part. He's like, that's the best part.
Every time. Okay, I get some food. You want some? No. And then, I'll ask her again, do you want some? And she's like, just save me a bite. Yo, the last bite is the bite I'm working up to. That is the most important. That's my mission when I'm eating food, is to work. If it's a hamburger, I'm working everything around just to make sure that last bite is primo.
Yeah, you
and
think
that's the
about
one you want.
The different steps of how you eat it. So you have
I've gotten better though.
Yeah. Now I don't want to share I never want to share my sweets.
Truthfully, I do need to chill out about the food. I need to chill out about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying?
But these are the things we learned together, because these were some of the things that you were sensitive about that was ridiculous to me. And then I was super sensitive towards really normal arguments. And I would, when I say sensitive, I would be sad. I'd be like, why would he hurt me like that? In my mind. And he's chilling, So over time, I had to kind of understand that I need to it's not everything is a big deal. And it might seem like it's such a funny thing to some people because they're more relaxed or not as sensitive, or they've been heartbroken in different ways. So it's wow, you get over something small.
Yeah, you're always going to be sensitive towards things that you've experienced in a negative way.
Yeah.
Right? That's just normal.
Yeah, it's, we're all so different. And yeah. So now I've learned to let things go. But sometimes things are just really hard to let go.
Honestly, it's when you're in those arguments, I just I want to be right so bad, and most of the time I'm wrong. Literally I'm wrong. Probably I will say
100% of the time.
No,
you're 100%.
not 100%. Not 100% on this.
It's
like,
ironic
this is
how
solid...
you don't use your 100% expression now.
No, because it's actually 80%.
Yeah,
I would say 80%.
Joking.
That's a high average to be wrong.
Yeah,
like,
it really is.
I'm not just saying that, like, you know, because Tina's so smart or something. It's just like she makes valid points.
Twice. You've brought this up twice tonight. I need to dig a little deeper.
What do you want to dig into? This?
No, I'm kidding.
Tina's thinks like things through. I just like
yeah. I'm a planner.
I kind of like go and then figure the plan out most times, you know.
Yeah.
But like when we're arguing, like I don't know. I don't know. I get fixated on like one small thing, and like it just makes things worse. I don't know. You don't help either because you go off on me.
No,
too.
Because I also remember everything, and I'm like, wait, but you just said this. You're like, no, I didn't. You forget. I'm like, no, you just said this, and now you say this, and they're exact opposites. And then you get confused. You're like, no, I didn't.
And then that's a whole other battle right there. That's a whole other battle. Like, how did you not remember what you just said?
You know what's funny? The best place to have an argument is on a ride back from a long trip at night, because then it makes your ride go faster. Remember we talked about that? One time we argued from Toronto to, and we were sleepy, but obviously we weren't sleepy anymore. And we argued about something, and when we got home, we were so happy. We're like, yo, sick.
Yeah, man. You got to take those little dubs, you know? That's like, that was
I think
that was nice. Because I'm always like I'm like passing out on the way home.
Yeah, and now I fall asleep. We haven't had our car for 2.5 months after that deer hit us.
Yeah, that was annoying.
That was another late night drive home. We should have been fighting.
Yeah.
I just passed out. What's another like small fight we've had that's like kind of funny and like not worth it? Or maybe to you it's worth it.
Well, actually, remember that time? So I brought up to Tina that like, okay, in the house, I know everybody's going to be different in the house. Like when you have two different people in the house, it's like one person does things one way and the other person does it another way. For me, I can't chill out unless the house is clean. So like if I eat, I'm going to wash my dishes right away after, or else I'm just like thinking about, I got to wash those when I get up. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to go and have the option of like getting up and moving to the next task, not having to have that there. So Tina could like eat something and just chill,
leave
like
my
until the end of the day, and then do all the dishes at once.
No,
like
not
after
the end of the day. If I'm
like
watching a show
or something.
Yeah,
you know
if
what
I'm watching a show, I'll leave my plate on the table where we're eating and watch the show until it's finished. Maybe watch another episode and another. Like I don't have to take it.
Yeah, but another episode, that's like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's like lunch to dinner. That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes.
Okay.
If it's Love Island.
So like I started, but then so I brought up to her, I was like, yo, like why don't you just like do your dishes after you're done there? Like the sink's always full of dishes, like when you're just at home or something. No, you said
pick it up.
Pick it up, like, clean up your area. Like
you're like pick up, like when you eat something, take it to the kitchen and wash it and stuff. And I remember this very clearly, and I was like, yeah, because you know, I told myself before moving in. How come you remember
my story is always different?
Because you have a different mind.
It's a freaking beautiful mind.
Yeah, you do. No, but like I remember telling myself that because
where's my mind? I had to say that this was just like somebody spray painted this on the wall in Greece, and we saw it everywhere. It was just this like phrase.
Where's
it was like,
my mind?
Where's my mind?
Anything that would happen on the trip would be like, where is my mind?
Yeah, it was like some Banksy inspiration or something. Yeah, you know, it
was like a graffiti thing.
Okay, sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's okay. I just remember telling myself before we moved in together that like we need to be on the same level. So I was trying really like, not really hard, but I was being like conscious of doing things your way. And I felt like it was going pretty smooth. And then when you said that, and I was like, yeah, okay. But I wouldn't do it. Like, but it wasn't like every time, correct? It wasn't like every time I ate. It would be like once in like a couple of times or few times. Like several times, I would say.
I think that time I brought it up, it happened a lot of times in a row.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to deny that. It's totally fine. But
you're not going to admit to it either, right?
No, I said, yeah. No, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah. And but the part that was the little cherry on top for me was that every single morning when I would get up and he was at work and I was getting ready to go to work or I was off in the summer, there was a bowl of leftover chips like crumbs and a can of pop inside of it every single time on the table where he was like watching a movie. Because I sleep earlier a lot of times.
Yeah, I would like eat some chips.
And I would leave it there. And every single morning, I took the can, put it in the garbage or recycling, and I washed the bowl and put it away. Never said anything.
I didn't even notice.
And you didn't notice that was happening. So when you started calling me out.
Clean man, all slick.
Then I told him, I was like, so this is what happened. And it's not like you accepted it right away either. That's the thing.
No. I was trying to tell her that this was different.
Yeah. You're like, this is very different. I'm like, how, man? Like, I just didn't say anything. I just took it to the sink and blah, blah. Anyway, so that was really funny. What a hypocrite.
What a savage tonight, eh?
Yeah. Night owl Tina is a different kind of Tina.
Jeez.
She ain't soft.
Chill, okay? Chill. There's people watching us right now.
You told me to be myself.
Yeah. When we shut this off, we can actually be ourselves again. How about that?
Fighting.
Yeah. I don't honestly, at the end of the day, when we look back at these things, like I always think about this and I tell Tina, okay, tell me if this is true before I go deep into this, okay?
Okay.
Because they've been fact checking me on everything this podcast.
That's my job.
Respects.
Okay, go ahead.
Like it's not worth it to ruin your day over something so small. You know?
100%. That's what I learned from you. Like, because in the beginning, as I was saying, I was so sensitive and I would be sad like for half a day. But what good is that going to do, you know? Mm-hmm. Like it ruins everything. Now when we're even sometimes when we're not even arguing, talking, we're like, who cares?
Yeah.
You just do that and I'll do what you want. Yeah, cool, okay. Yeah. You know, it's just such a waste of time.
Yeah, like what's the point of, like, for me personally, like, I can't do anything if Tina's not good. Like, if I know she's upset with me.
Would you say I'm the same? Be honest.
No.
Excuse me?
No, you're like, okay, maybe you have like this, I feel like you have an ability to multitask, right? So like.
Oh, you mean in that sense, like you actually.
Yeah, like physically, like if I want to go do something, if I have like something to do on the weekend and we had a fight, like I can't enjoy what I'm doing. Like I have to solve that issue before I go out.
But I'm the same. In that sense, I'm the same.
You're the same in the sense that you don't even care what you got to do. You know what I mean?
That thing, I won't do it.
You don't care. Like you just, like you do care to do what you want to do, but like you stress the importance of us figuring that out first, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'm just saying personally, no, like this is more like a personal thing, okay? That like, I can't enjoy myself if you're upset.
Yeah, no.
Like I really can't. And
for sure.
You, like I've seen you like, if you had plans to go out with your mom or something, you go and do it, you know?
Doesn't mean like, I enjoy it. To like how I would if you were okay. See, look at this.
We're learning something because I truthfully thought that like you just didn't like, not like in a bad way. I wasn't looking at her like, oh, she doesn't care or anything. Like I didn't like look into it, but I just thought like you're fine doing that. Like, but I just can't. I can't even focus on what I'm doing because I'm like, after I go home, like, you know, we got to talk about this. Maybe it's more selfish, but no, like for real, like I don't want to.
It is.
Yeah, fair enough. I want to figure stuff out first.
Yeah.
And like one of the things that I do is that I like, I mean, there's a balance, okay? You can't just like, this is one thing I struggle at is like, I want to solve things as quick as possible so that we can get back to having a good time, you know? And that's not like always.
Yeah.
It can't always be that way. It's good to let things go, but like on bigger things, like there's
you
like
have to solve them.
Yeah, there's time and there's a process. Like you got to cool down. You got to, you know, come up with a solution. You can't just be like, Okay, sorry. You good? Yeah. Peace. I'm gonna go play ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Like, yeah, I totally agree with you. And sometimes I feel like that happens sometimes. Not that you go and play ball, no, but we don't care to kind of deal with it. So,
I
and
don't know. I
it
feel like sometimes
doesn't get fixed.
I don't think it's about it like getting fixed per se. Like, especially now, like before, yeah, maybe like in the first like 3 years of our marriage. But like now, like honestly, it's like what were we even? We
Yeah,
both
we don't
understand each
care.
other, so just like let it go. Like just move on. Yeah, sure, we're not like all lovey dovey in the moment, but like afterwards,
But
we
that's
usually
what
have
I
our
think
peace
it's
offerings.
important. Like for me, it's important that like after a fight to be like nicer and more romantic with each other, because then I'll feel like, oh, loved and reassured. And I think a lot of people, and I don't just think women are like that, I think human beings are like that, where they want to feel assured and feel like, okay, this person has really let go. I know for a fact that James lets things go, but sometimes I do wonder. I'm like, I hope he's not holding anything after
No,
whatever,
I don't.
even after whatever, because you don't talk about things a lot.
Yeah, but I
When
don't.
I
That's
bring
because I
it,
just don't like. At the end of the day, I think I always compare it to like, what if she died? And then I'm
yeah,
like, this is really not a big deal
yeah,
compared to that. So then it's just like,
it's
okay,
not worth it, kind of
forget this.
thing. Yeah,
There's certain things that are like, yeah, I do care about, and we talk about it, and.
yeah. And like last thing we talked about, one thing that does frustrate me sometimes is when I bring up something, and I've told James this before, like instead of like understanding what I'm trying to say, I think it's maybe, I'm not saying it's upbringing, but maybe it was how you replied to being in trouble. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think
oh
I
no, but
think
I didn't do it like that because of this, because I didn't mean to,
yeah, but you
But it's
question
like,
me a lot though. You question me a lot on like the
for
like
sure,
little
but
processes.
but no, knowing that I think it's good for us to get in a place, and I think we're almost there,
No, for
where
sure. Most of
that
that.
I'm not like trying, you're not in trouble. You know what I
No,
mean? that you that
I'm
if
like,
I tell you, hey babe, like this is one of the examples, perfect example, where I'm like, hey, you've been going, like it was like a couple of maybe 10 days or so where he was going to the gym every morning and I was going to work, and he was leaving like half an hour before me. That's totally fine, but it was like 7 days a week, right? So I'm like, well, if you have the time, let's have coffee together before I go to work, and then you can do that. And you
no, I have to go to the gym
yeah, and then he would be like,
early.
no, but I go because I have work to do and it's my schedule, which I completely
Oh, and
understand.
it's like a load time at the gym too.
Yeah, and it's not as busy. Makes sense, but I know that I'm more important to you in that sense,
Yeah,
and I
for
would
sure.
expect you to be like, instead of just telling me all
Justifying it or
that,
being
yeah, just be
defensive
like, yeah,
about it.
you're
Yeah.
right. Let's do that tomorrow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Oh, for sure.
Done, finished. Like,
I think I got better at that a
yeah,
little bit.
and I don't think, I'm not saying
No.
only you do that. I mean, generally speaking, we all do that. Sometimes someone tells us something and we could just easily be like, "Oh
Yeah.
my god, you're so
Yeah,
right. I'm
sure.
so sorry. Yeah, sure. Let's do that tomorrow." But he doesn't say yeah, sure to that.
Why would I?
It's so rude.
I'm just playing. Guys, one time I was like annoying Tina and I could feel it building.
When?
So like this was a while ago. So I went to get like fill my vehicle up with gas, and then in the gas station I bought her some gum because I knew that was like
Oh, bubble gum.
it would like make her happy, and I gave it to her as like, I'm like, here, this is a preemptive strike. Like I
Yeah.
can feel something's about to pop off, and it just kind of like brought the level down, and it did.
It did. I was
did.
tricked with a few bubble gums.
It was nice.
I remember that. Yeah, and we laughed about it because you told me that was your plan, and I died. I was like, wow. Now this guy has figured me out.
Figured myself out too,
So you know what? Let small things go. Be there for each other more.
Don't hold them in. There's a difference between
Don't
letting
hold
them
them
go
in.
and holding them in. Okay?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, for sure.
let it go. Like, and if
Don't.
you're like, if it's still bothering you, talk about it. But like, there's just some things that are just not important, and it's just gonna happen. You're just gonna beef over the dumbest stuff, and like
yeah. And sometimes certain people are sensitive and they'll hold it against you, and that's when it becomes resentment, and you can't get over it, and you get hurt so many times where separation happens, and you never know if it's a relationship, like, oh, could it have gone further if I was more not as sensitive or not as like holding a grudge or not letting things go.
Exactly. So
relationships
can be a pain in the ass, and they're very complicated, but they're also like they're amazing, cool, right? Yeah. You need them. They're like, they all have their like uniqueness.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, like your relationship with your friends or family. It's cool to always try to be better at it.
Yeah.
So give me one advice. And now he's gonna be like,
one advice?
One advice you have for me for our next argument. And then I'll give you mine.
Okay, how about I give you this? This is a prequel to how an argument will start.
Okay. Don't get mad.
Don't get mad at me when I do something dumb. No, I'm just kidding. Don't get mad at me when I offend you. Okay, so mine would be real. For real?
Yeah.
You don't try not to question me too much on like just too many things, like random things, like the process of the way I do things, because then I feel like I have to explain myself too much. And then you feel like I'm giving excuses, but it's just something that is completely irrelevant.
I can't promise to do that. No, but what do you mean? Like if I say like, what's your day like today?
No, like when I'm putting away the dishes, or like, why did you do that? Or like, why didn't you bring the chair first instead of this? And then I go into it and I'm like, yo,
why don't you park here?
Because then I just get pissed off. You know what I mean? Like,
do you?
Yeah, I get annoyed. That's when I get frustrated. You know what I mean? And you're like, yo, chill. And I'm like, yo, like, what the heck?
It's funny because, like that's a fault I have, that I don't see it as a fault, because I'm like, oh, I'm just like talking. But, the other person can take that as like, yo, you're questioning every move.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, honest to God, I don't think in my head I'm doing that
I'm not saying you're doing it out of like any kind of nagging.
No, for sure. But it's good to know. That's why people should tell each other these things, right? And
okay, what do you got for me?
For me, it would be something I've asked you a lot.
That still hasn't happened. I know what it is. I can tell you what it is. What? Like, just don't give an excuse or a reason 100%. For the things that I'm asking you.
Yeah, like if I ask you something, what's this is what really I'm saying.
This is exactly what I'm saying. So when you say, when I ask you something, this is what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. So I guess it's a cycle. But like, okay, but you ask me things. For instance, he will ask me, hey, babe, next time in the podcast, can you please speak right into the camera? And what do I say?
Into the mic.
Into the mic, sorry. What do I say? What's my answer that's very similar to the name of our podcast?
You say, yeah, sure.
I'm like, yeah, sure. If I say something like that, I'm like, hey, babe, you think maybe next time we can make the video a bit brighter? No, because it's never. No, it's not never. But yeah, just maybe.
I got you.
Accept.
This is a work in progress.
So I guess if I don't ask a question, we'll never have an excuse from you. So I'm the real problem here. I'm the root of the problem. Yeah.
Getting at the root. We'll let you guys know how this is going.
If there's another episode.
After this, eh?
You will know, yeah.
We're going to do it behind the scenes. It's just going to be like all rowdy and like pictures falling off the walls and stuff. And
yeah. Next time we'll be at a different background because we have broke
Tina threw me into the cabinet.
Imagine we were like that.
Jeez.
Yeah. If you're in a relationship that's like that, get out, get help. Honestly.
100%.
People deserve to be happy. You need to bring out the best in each other, and that's really unhealthy and toxic. And, get help so you can get out.
Yeah, I grew up with that stuff in my family. It's not nice.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's
another topic.
We're not going to go down a dark hole.
Yeah.
Let's end on a high note, guys. But
yeah.
Thanks again for definitely staying tuned and listening to our podcast and all your support. We love you guys.
Let us know if you're enjoying the timing of it, because we think around 30-minute, 40-minute. It's maybe 40 is too long. So let us know if you're enjoying it.
We're open to any suggestions, anything you guys have. Like,
where are you guys listening to us? Are you at home? Are you in the car going to work? You know, I would love to know. Are you in the bus? Yeah, I would love to know. Yeah. We love you guys.
We love you guys.
Thanks for listening.
Take care. Have a good rest of the week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.